Word on the street is you don't need to spend $500 on a slip-on because your bike's gonna sound sick if you just take the stock exhaust and throw it in the trash. But is running a straight pipe bad for your motor, or is it just bad for humanity? We'll get to the bottom of things in this video from the MC Garage. We've all seen and certainly heard that guy riding around with no muffler on his motorcycle. If you're like me, maybe you assume that a bolt was loose and his muffler fell off, or someone stole his sweet slip-on, because who would willingly ride around with no muffler on their bike? As it turns out, a lot of people. I searched GSXR no muffler on YouTube and got over 100,000 videos of guys revving mufflerless bikes. This isn't exactly a topic I was keen to cover, but you guys asked about it, so here we go. I get it. Stock mufflers are usually too quiet for most people's preferences. They tend to be pretty ugly and they are almost always heavy. But removing the muffler and running a straight pipe is not a good solution, even if it is free and easy to do. Ask the internet why you shouldn't run straight pipes and you'll get reasons like burnt exhaust valves, backfiring, and other detriments to your engine. It's true, if you remove the muffler, you are more likely to get backfiring due to a phenomenon called cold air reversion. And while burnt exhaust valves aren't really a concern, they are more likely to get scorched if you start making major exhaust modifications, like removing a foot or more of length from the system. However, your valves are far more likely to suffer harm due to too tight clearances, so don't forget your valve clearance check. Engine damage is possible, but it's unlikely. What about engine performance? Does removing the muffler give it more flow and make more power? Oftentimes, the bike is going to be louder without a muffler, and that usually gives people the impression that it's faster. Impressions are all well and good, but we're after hard data here. So let's run this R3 on the dyno and find out. That really big, really sophisticated dyno, it said that yanking the muffler off didn't affect horsepower in any meaningful way. I know, I was surprised too. But the R3 is just one model, and different bikes are gonna respond differently. What those dyno runs also revealed is that there's quite a bit of difference in volume between muffler versus no muffler. And frankly, I think that's what most people are going for when they kick the stock can. I get it, you wanna hear your bike rev, and a little extra noise means that motorists might notice you in traffic, which is gonna keep you safer. That's totally fair. But while the R3 here isn't obnoxiously loud without its muffler, and that's because it has a huge under-engine chamber there quieting things down, other bikes are going to be a lot louder. And while the R3 here is still tame and reasonably quiet, it does sound kind of crappy without the muffler. I think it sounds hollow and a little bit tinny. And you know what? It just doesn't suit my tastes. In case you didn't pick up on it, I'm not too keen on people riding around without a muffler. For one, unless you've got a bike like the R3 or an FZ09 or an RC390 or something else with one of those big under-engine boxes, removing the muffler is liable to make your motorcycle heinously loud. That's bad for your ears, that's bad for our reputation as motorcyclists, and it's adding more noise to what's already too noisy of an environment. Plus, removing the muffler could leave you with melted bodywork or burnt boots, and it looks pretty terrible. It looks like an unfinished plumbing project. You can try to clean it up with one of those little slip-on exhaust tip things, but your exhaust is still gonna sound terrible. Also, removing your muffler to make your bike louder is a total novice move, and doing so is broadcasting to the world that you're a noob. Like armor-alling your tires or saying that your bike goes as fast as the biggest number on your speedometer, rolling around with no muffler is like wearing a sign on your back that says, "I'm new at this." So, what's a responsible rider to do if he wants a bit more sound, maybe a little less weight, and better looks than what the stock pipe offers? Get a slip-on. I know, this Yosh can costs about 500 times more than just pulling off the stock muffler, but it is easy to install, and besides not being free, it checks all the right boxes. A quality slip-on looks a lot better than an open pipe, offers more volume than stock, and 9 times out of 10 doesn't require any fueling adjustment. And if it's made by a reputable company that actually does dyno testing, it might even make a little more power. This Alpha T can here sounds good too, but it is not too loud, and that's intentional. As it turns out, Yoshimura designs all of their exhausts to pass the sort of roadside sound test a cop might perform. So, you got better looks, you got better sound, and you're doing it all without mutilating your stock pipe or your eardrums. All right, so there you have it. A lot of personal opinion on the subject of riding around without a muffler on your bike. I know we often stick to the facts and hard data here at MC Garage, but this one was a little bit more subjective, so I gave you my input, and that's because you guys asked for it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got opinions of your own, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. Make sure you subscribe, and until next time, ride safe.